What is up, everybody? It is Jeff, the Mortgage Pro. Thank you so much for watching. I've got a really good show for you today because we're going to look at a real life example of an FHA house hack. And this is completely random. I've never gone through the process with somebody to show you actually how to do it. So I thought, hey, why not actually pull this up, pull up some different websites that you can use to figure out some ideas. And let's see if we can put together a real life house hack. So I'm in California, but I did a real life house hack here in Texas. As you can see, I chose the Dallas metro area and searched for duplexes on Zillow. Wanted to make sure that the numbers work okay. And scrolling through the properties, just trying to find something that's not super crazy expensive and not super cheap either, but somewhere in the modest price point. And then something also that can help us be able to demonstrate this house hack that fits within the boundaries. Now, I don't know anything about these neighborhoods. I don't know if they're good, they're bad. That's okay. You can tell me in the comments if you think that this is an okay neighborhood or not. But nonetheless, the whole purpose of this video is to show you just what an FHA house hack really looks like. So you can actually buy a house with as little as you can down, which is 3.5% down in this particular instance for a duplex, rent out the other units, do a real life house hack. So again, Dallas metro area, scrolling through the properties, I came across this one right here, 1012 104 Vera Court, Irving, Texas, 75060. Just kind of look through the pictures. It looks pretty decent. You can see that it is a duplex as it's listed here on Zillow. You can see that if you read the comments here, it's a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath on each side. So at $423,900, we'll call it $424,900. If we put 3.5% down on that, you can see that we're probably going to be within the FHA loan limits. So let me go over to the next tab here. And this is the new FHA loan limits for 2023. So you can see for a 2-unit here, even in a low cost area, we can go all the way up to 604,400. So we are all set in this particular instance to be able to buy a property as an FHA duplex and house hack it. So here's what the numbers look like if you were to buy this property with 3.5% down. So the first column I'm going to show you here is the 3.5% down asking price is $424. We rounded up by $100. You can see that our loan amount is $416,320. Now this factors in FHA upfront mortgage insurance, and what we do for the most part, or typically, is we roll that 1.75% fee into the actual loan amount itself. So it's called financing the upfront mortgage insurance, and you'll find that most people do that with their mortgage insurance. So loan amount ends up being $416,320. The base rate would be 6.125%. You can see the APR 7.251%, 360 months for our term, and our monthly payment $3,447. And our cash to close, so our 3.5% plus our closing costs that we've imported and estimated, are $25,373. Okay, this is if we were to just buy it straight up as it is, not ask for any type of credit. But we're in a type of environment where you can ask for credit. If you'll notice this property, if you look at the numbers really closely, this thing has been on the market for 28 days now. It doesn't look like it's been in contract yet. So that means that we can probably ask for a credit at some point here to be able to make this work. So the second column is if we did a 3.5% down and then we took the 3% seller credit that they can contribute and then just added it onto the purchase price. So we're just essentially financing this extra 3% for us. So we move the purchase price up to $437, and then our loan amount becomes $429,084. And yes, I do know that you're paying more for the property, but look what happens to the interest rate. It goes down to 5%. And then 6.408% would be the APR. And then the payment becomes $32.46. That's a $200 a month savings if you were to finance the seller credit and then add that to the purchase price. So this may be an option if the seller is not willing to negotiate on price. They're still going to net the same thing, but you're going to be able to finance a rate buy down. And then the last column over here is the FHA 3.5% down. And if you took the 3% seller credit and subtracted that from the actual purchase price. So that brings our new purchase price down to 411, our new loan amount 403, 555, and again, it's at 5% interest rate because we're using that 3% to buy down the interest rate. The monthly payment becomes $3,059, and then you can see our cash to close is right at $25,000. So the cool thing about FHA is that you can get the seller credit for 3%. You can actually go up to 6% with FHA if you're buying as a primary residence. But you can also get a gift for that down payment and closing costs. So if you have friends or family that want to help contribute to your down payment to be able to buy the property, you can do that. But it has to be a gift. It can't be a loan. Otherwise, we have to count that against you in your debt to income ratio. Okay. So if you look at this, you can see your monthly payment is anywhere from $34.47 a month on the high end down to $3,059 on the low end. And I would much rather have this $3,059 if you can negotiate that correctly, right? So you can have the lowest payment possible be right around $3,000 a month. That's including principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and mortgage insurance per month. This property doesn't have any HOA fees, so we don't have to worry about that, okay? So the next thing to do is figure out how much rental income we can assume that we can get. So if we live in one of the units, we can rent the other unit out. So I did a search on this special website called Rentometer. It's free. You can just do an estimate and figure out how much you can get for rent. So I typed in the address here. This is a 2-bedroom, 1.5 baths on both sides. So if you rent it out one side, you can see that the average rental income in this area is roughly, we're going to call it $1,550 per month. So that knocks off $1,550 of your actual mortgage payment that you have to pay as long as you rent that other side out. Now, I think, especially in this market, you could probably get upwards of the 75th percentile, so possibly up to 1,700, but you'd have to probably check with somebody that's local to be able to determine how much you can rent that unit out for. And then if you were going to go a step further and really truly house hack it, you rent out one side of it, you live in one side, and since there's only there's 2 bedrooms on your side that you're going to be living in, you could rent out the other bedroom. So if you did that, I looked on Airbnb here, and you can see that if you were to rent out a short-term rental for that other bedroom, you could get $1,800 a month. So in reality, if you were to buy this, live in one unit, rent the other side out, rent one of the bedrooms in your property out, you could have positive cash flow on that property, basically paying your mortgage payment for you, and you have a property to live in, and you're going to develop equity over time by paying that down. And at some point down the road, if interest rates drop further, you could refinance again. You could refinance to a conventional loan, and then eventually move into another place, house hack, and do the exact same thing that you did with this one. But this is a good way to get your real estate career started. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me. I am licensed in Oregon, Washington, California, Hawaii, Florida, Georgia, Texas, Illinois, and then Nevada is pending right now. If you'd like me to get licensed in some other states, feel free to drop a comment down below and let me know. Be happy to do that for you so I can work with you. I look forward to the next time we chat. Have a good day. Bye.